God damn, at least he didn't hit her in the face. He's been going for the face for a good amount here. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, hell no, I don't think so. Ugh. Ugh. Can you see that? You see the hair on my arms? Oh, heatwave be damn. We're gonna try to get through My Hero Academia under all these damn lights. But I've seen a lot of shit in My Hero, and that eye thing, I don't need any more of that. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, show your support, consider subscribing, stay up to date on all this anime greatness, and of course Patreon, we got the full live reactions and other exclusives over there. We got a lot to discuss. So, here's the thing. Everyone has different levels and what they find disturbing. You could have shown me Knuckle Duster punching through his daughter's chest and her heart flung out, and I would have been less disturbed than seeing that larva sac. Was that her eyeball? Was that a bee attached to an egg sac? I don't know, but eye shit gets me. And I'm sure there'll be people being like, oh, that's not too bad, this is worse. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm sure people will try to argue, oh, this disturbed me more. That's great. I disagree. For me, watching, like, it's so funny because I made the joke last week, and I appreciate that the internet, for once, it was, I don't know if it was a full moon last week, but for once the internet understood sarcasm that when I was like, hey, Endeavor's no longer the most abusive dad, you know, people are like, oh, I get it. So I appreciate that. But the idea that out of all the parents in My Hero, I think he had the most objective reason for beating the shit out of his daughter. And I know that sounds bad, but the idea that it's like, hey, you know, he obviously feels a lot of guilt because pretty much the last thing he ever said to his daughter was pretty much, give up on your dreams, stop wasting your life. And then she became a abomination, right? So for him, it's like, listen, I'm going to beat the living shit out of you. And it's really funny because, like, half the time he's punching with, like, he has his, like, little electric gauntlets on. The things have, like, 2 inches of thick steel, and he's trying to punch her in the face. Could you imagine waking up after Daddy Dearest saves you and your jaw's hanging down to here? Knuckle, my man. The hell. But, when he beats her senseless, I'm glad they didn't do a close-up. I'm glad they didn't go Dead Space with it where you really zoom into the eye socket. But I have to imagine there's no eye left, right? Like, there's no way she's, like, when she's back to normal. Now, granted, we didn't see her get, like, revived because he's been trying to, like, you know, resuscitate her and shit. But, I have to imagine she ain't got no eye there. And if she does, that's some damn good healing magic in this world. Because had it just been, like, he peeled a bee and it was, like, a little gooey or something, whatever. Like, the bulge, brother, ugh. Like, what is that, man? I did not need to see that, but Jesus, what an eventful episode. You get the PopStep stuff, which is kind of funny, because throughout this story, they've kind of, like, implied that people don't think PopStep is a good singer, but she's always had a decent-sized crowd for her street performances, and then her actual singing voice just sounds, like, really professional. So I'm glad that, you know, seemingly come season 2, they probably aren't going to try to imply anymore that, like, she's not a good singer. Because she is. I do really like what they did, at least, I think this is a simuldub if I'm not mistaken. Of course, I watch in Japanese, though. Her Japanese VA, the nervousness that she radiated when she initially was giving the speech prior to any song being performed, such a good touch. It's like, it really sounded like someone who was, like, actually terrified to be in front of those people. Not just an actor being like, tee-hee, I'm a little embarrassed. Like, it was just really well done. The star attraction, though, of course, was Knuckle Duster. I mean, he had to go up against someone who is using his daughter's body as a vessel. That Queen Bee, though, I don't think it's over. Seemingly that guy at the end, it seems like what in my interpretation is of this is that while we dealt with our first villain, and if this show runs, say, 4 course, 13 episodes each, we might have a handful of long-term villains, which I think would be really cool. A nice, you know, change of pace from what we're used to in terms of kind of like arc of the season or arc of the core, right? You know, you usually get a couple of those per core in the main show. So the idea of, like, they do go the route that the B stuff is relevant long-term, but it switches who we're dealing with. I think it could be a cool long-term plot. But either way, I think it's a really effective villain strategy because anyone could be infected so easily. At the same time, you can see the straight-on possession that they do, and it's, you know, it's sad, man. Not only did this man lose his wife, he lost his daughter all in one go. And the fact that he's out here beating the shit out of his daughter, aka the, stolen vessel for the Queen Bee, and he's doing this shit quirkless, Batman be built different. Batman had sex with the Punisher, and this is the demon spawn baby, and I love it. I really walked up here though thinking this was the last episode, like initially, and then I peeked. I was like, wait a second, you're giving me an episode 13? My hero, is it my birthday? You didn't need to spoil me. But I'm glad, because now we get to have a nice epilogue, see where things are going. I know this probably sounds mean, but I really hope she comes up with a goddamn eye patch going for it, because like there can't be an eye there. And if she does walk out with both eyes functioning, I hope to see some sort of healer magician character do some things. Like, I've seen some healing, like Deku himself through some bullshit and healed a lot of it. So if you give me a scene like that, I'll be okay. But for the love of God, give me something, because if you're gonna pull something that looked like, I don't even, it was like a condom that was filled up far too much, man. Like, how did you rip that out of her eye? Was that her? I already know people are gonna be like, oh, you're overreacting. I'm not, man. When my arm hairs are sticking up, I can't do that shit on command. That shit just disturbed me. I both love and hate, like, when they do eye mutilation shit, because it truly does get to me the most. Like, you can cut arms off, you can cut heads off. I'm like, yeah, that's brutal, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, like that, I can't look. But eye shit, man, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I just think to myself, like, out of all the injuries that could happen to me, I never would want my eyes to be damaged. Like, that's like the one thing. Like, I ain't lying when I say this. I literally have that shit replaying in my head when he pulls it. And I don't want it to replay. This has been a great-ass season of My Hero. They're doing a lot of things that you love about the main show, but they're also doing it in a short and condensed way, so that everything they focus on is just super fine attention and detail. And they just did such a good job. Screw the bees. Also, props to my boy Eraserhead. He's like, hey, bro, Encore's about to happen. That little disturbing weasel deserved to sit his fat ass down and listen to the songs, man, as the cops are trying to push him, and they ain't pushing that 2,000 tub of lard, man. I just thought that was cute. But overall, great episode, disturbing as hell. Sure, many will disagree, but you know what, it is what it is. The hairs on my arm don't lie. That shit disturbed me, and I loved it and hated it all in one. Your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, ring that bell, and yes, Patreon, we got the full live reactions, and hey, I also give other exclusives like video shoutouts to all of my patrons. So today we got Cephalin Coda, Connor Brown, GR Vallis, Intar Students, Fozzie Wolf, Pickrick542, Thor Linsgard, Vi, Navenga Games, and we also have Mac Velli. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.